Welcome back. Tonight we are looking at the dark side of credit cards and how they are designed to keep you broke.
They told you it was freedom. Swipe now, pay later, earn points, build credit, live your best life. But what if the very tool marketed as your financial ladder was actually the system's most polished trap? What if credit cards weren't designed to help you get ahead, but to keep you running in place? This isn't about conspiracy theories. It's about business models. It's about psychology. It's about numbers. And by the end of this story, you might never look at your wallet the same way again. Because the truth is simple. If you carry a balance, you are the product. Let's begin. Credit cards didn't start as villains. In fact, they started as convenience. In the 1950s, companies like Diners Club introduced charge cards for wealthy travelers. The idea was simple: no need to carry cash. Pay the full balance at the end of the month. Then came American Express, then Visa, then MasterCard, and somewhere along the way, the rules changed. The key shift: revolving credit. Instead of paying everything off at the end of the month, you could carry a balance. You could pay just the minimum. It sounded harmless, helpful even. But minimum payments weren't designed to help you escape debt. They were designed to keep you in it. Here's how the machine works. Imagine you swipe $2,000 on your card. The interest rate, 24%. You can't pay it all off. The statement arrives. Minimum payment may be $60. You feel relieved. $60 sounds manageable. But what most people don't realize is this: at 24% interest, paying only the minimum could keep you in debt for years, sometimes decades, and you'll end up paying double, sometimes triple. Credit card companies don't panic when you can't pay in full. They celebrate. Because their real customers aren't the people who pay on time every month. Their real profit comes from revolvers, the people who carry balances month after month. Let's talk psychology. Credit cards disconnect you from pain. When you hand over cash, you feel it. Emotionally, your brain registers loss. But when you tap a card, there's almost no friction. Behavioral economists have proven that people spend more with plastic than with cash. Sometimes up to 20% more. Why? Because it doesn't feel real. You don't see money leaving. You don't see your bank balance shrinking instantly. You just see numbers on a screen, and future you can handle it. But future you always arrives, with interest. Now let's talk about the rewards illusion: cashback, travel miles, VP points, airport lounge access, free flights. It feels like you're winning. But here's the uncomfortable truth: rewards are funded largely by people who carry debt. The banks don't lose. They collect merchant fees from stores. They collect interest from revolvers. They collect late fees, over-limit fees, annual fees. And then they give you 5% cashback and make you feel special. You chase points. They compound interest. Let's go deeper. Interest rates on credit cards are among the highest legal rates in consumer finance. Personal loans lower. Mortgages, much lower. Even car loans lower. But credit cards, 18%, 22%, 29%. Why? Because they can. The system is built on risk pricing. If you're seen as risky, your rate rises. Miss one payment, your rate can jump. Struggle financially, your rate increases, making it harder to recover. It's like drowning and being handed a heavier weight. And here's the brutal part. The industry relies on human weakness. Impulse buying, emotional spending, status pressure, emergency expenses. You feel stressed. Swipe. You feel behind. Swipe. You want to look successful. Swipe. And social media makes it worse. Perfect vacations, designer clothes, luxury dinners. Buy now. Deal with it later. But later arrives with compounding interest. Let's talk about minimum payments again. Minimum payments are calculated to keep you paying mostly interest at the beginning. That means your principal, the actual amount you borrowed, barely shrinks. It's mathematically engineered. If you owe $5,000 at 22% and only pay the minimum, you could be trapped for over a decade and pay thousands extra. The trap isn't obvious. That's why it works. Now here's something even more unsettling. Credit card companies use data science to predict behavior. They know who is likely to miss payments, who is likely to revolve, who will respond to a limit increase, and they market accordingly. Pre-approved offers don't mean you're financially strong. It means you're profitable. Ever notice how your credit limit increases after you've been using the card consistently? That's not generosity. That's leverage. Because if your limit goes from $3,000 to $8,000, your spending potential expands, and so does your potential interest. The more rope you're given, the deeper you can fall. But let's be fair. Credit cards are not evil objects. They are powerful tools. In the hands of someone disciplined, they can build credit history, provide fraud protection, offer convenience. The issue isn't the plastic, it's the design. The system profits most when you lose control, and statistically millions do. In many countries, credit card debt has reached record highs. Young adults start adulthood already in debt. Emergencies go on cards. Medical bills go on cards. Education expenses go on cards. Debt becomes normal. It becomes background noise. Everyone has it. That normalization is dangerous, because debt reduces options. It steals future income. It limits career risks. It forces you to stay in jobs you hate because payments are due. Interest doesn't care if you're tired. It compounds anyway. Now let's address the cultural shift. We've moved from saving first to spending first. Previous generations were taught to delay gratification, save for big purchases, build emergency funds. Now the message is different. You deserve it. Treat yourself. Buy now, pay later. And credit cards sit at the center of that mindset. The system thrives on impatience. The faster you want it, the more they earn. And then there's the shame. When people fall into debt, they blame themselves entirely. I'm bad with money. I have no discipline. I'm stupid. But rarely do we question the architecture around us. An entire industry studies behavioral triggers. It invests billions in marketing psychology. It designs statements to emphasize minimum payments over total payoff. You're not weak, you're human. And humans are predictable. That predictability fuels profit. Here's another hidden mechanism: teaser rates, 0% APR for 12 months. It feels like free money. And if used strategically, it can be. But most people don't pay off the balance before the promo period ends. Then the interest kicks in, often retroactively. Suddenly that free purchase becomes expensive. Then there are late fees, miss by 1 day, fee, go over your limit, fee, cash advance, higher interest rate immediately. And interest compounds daily, not monthly, daily, which means every day you delay is costing you. The darker side isn't just financial. Debt affects mental health, constant stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, relationship tension. Money fights are one of the leading causes of conflict in families. Credit card debt doesn't just cost dollars, it costs peace. And yet, the marketing never shows that side. It shows luxury, freedom, airplane windows, beach sunsets, not spreadsheets and panic. So what's the way on us? Understand how interest works. If your rate is 24%, that's not just a number. That's a machine charging you rent on your own purchases. Second, stop worshipping the minimum payment. The minimum is survival mode for the bank, not freedom mode for you. Third, build an emergency fund. Because the real reason many people spiral into credit card debt isn't shopping sprees, it's emergencies. Car repairs, medical bills, unexpected layoffs. Without savings, credit becomes the default solution. Fourth, if you're already trapped, attack the principal aggressively. Consider balance transfers with clear payoff plans. Negotiate rates, call your issuer. Many people don't realize rates can sometimes be reduced if you ask. Fifth, detach identity from consumption. You are not your car, you are not your clothes. You are not your vacation photos. The system monetizes insecurity. The more you feel, not enough, the more you swipe. But here's the powerful truth. Credit cards only win when you don't understand them. If you pay in full every month, never carry a balance, never pay interest, and use rewards strategically, the business model flips. You become less profitable. And that's when the tool works for you. But discipline is rare, and the industry knows it. That's why the dark side exists, because a small percentage of users generate the majority of interest revenue. And those users aren't stupid, they're stressed, they're overworked, they're underpaid, they're trying to survive. So the real question isn't, are credit cards evil? The real question is, are you playing their game or building your own? Because financial freedom doesn't come from maximizing credit limits. It comes from minimizing dependence, from saving before spending, from understanding that interest is either working for you or against you. Compounding can build wealth, or it can build chains, and most people don't realize which one they're wearing until years have passed. So next time you pull out your card, pause. Ask yourself, is this purchase worth paying interest on? Is this convenience worth long-term cost? Am I using this tool intentionally or emotionally? The swipe takes 1 second. The consequences can last years. Credit cards aren't designed to keep everyone broke, but they are perfectly designed to profit from those who don't pay attention. And attention is power. The system won't change. The marketing won't stop. The offers will keep coming. The limits will keep rising. The emails will keep promising rewards. But now you see the architecture. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can choose to be the disciplined minority or the profitable majority. Because in the end, credit cards are not about plastic. They're about behavior. And behavior determines destiny. So the next time someone says, "It's just a card," you'll know better. It's leverage, and leverage cuts both ways. Choose carefully.